so for today's video, I'm gonna be trying on the Hollywood lashes, and I got them in 12, 14, and 16 millimeters. And I just got these in, so this is like the first time trying it. I also got the feather and the volume set, so I'll be doing those in the following weeks. And the things I'll be using is just my usual stuff. The deluxe kit from Lilac St, which comes with the conditioner, the crystal coat, the remover, and my favorite Pro Black glue. And I'll also be using the Lashify glass because I love this, and both of my Lashify and my Lilac St tweezers, and a cotton swab or Q-tip. And I also have like my midnights that I just took off yesterday, and maybe I'll do a mini cleaning at the very end in case you haven't seen my cleaning video. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do I guess the doll eye look with these lashes, and that just means I'm concentrating the 16s in the center. So if I was going from inner to outer, I'll probably be doing 112, 1 or 2 14s, 2 16s, 1 or 2 14s, and then 1 12 to finish it off. And I just been really loving that look, and I feel like it works better for my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one eye and then show you how I'm doing it with my other. Okay, so I did my left eye, and I actually really like these. I didn't know how I would like the spiky look. If you can tell, these are spiky, kind of like focused in the middle. But I really do like it. This one's a little loose. I didn't put the clear coat on yet. Yeah, let me put this one back on. Okay, so what I did was from inner to outer, 112, 114, 3 16s, 2 14s, and 112. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this on the other side too. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prep it with the conditioning primer. And this is a really important step if you're new to doing lashes. You wanna make sure you get all the oils off, because even by blinking, you can get like oils from your eye or soap or makeup. Like I'm wearing makeup right now. I usually use, start with a clean face. But yeah, so then I do the top of the lashes, and you don't have to have a lot, because if you put too much and this gets in your eye, it kind of hurts. So just put enough to be able to wet it. And then I do the bottom and also the lower lashes. Because every time you blink, stuff from your lower lash or underneath your lash goes on your regular lashes. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I usually remove the lashes from the sticky band. That's how it's like adhered to the container. All you do is press down and pull out. Especially the first time, it's a little stuck, but it'll get there. And I do this for all the ones that I know I'm gonna be using. Like, don't use your tweezer and try to pull it off, because you might end up pulling out the hairs. So you wanna just press down and pull out. So for this one, I know I'm gonna be using 3 and then 3 16s. So that's dry now. So now I'm gonna get my black Pro glue, and I'm just gonna do a pretty good coat on the bottom of my lashes. Like, I don't want it to be clumpy and really thick, but just a good enough coat. Like, a few thin coats is better than clumping it all on at once. So I'm gonna get my tweezers and get my first 12. And when I pick it up at an angle like this. And like, I don't pick it up this way or this way. I find that at an angle, it's easier to maneuver and get the right. You want to put the lash base, the line, like perpendicular or parallel to your lash line. So I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get my glue and tap it on just the base of the lashes to get a decent amount, not too much, you know. And then I'm gonna put this on my inner eye. You don't want to go too close to the inner or the outer because it might just end up irritating you. So now I'm going to get my 14, same thing, put some glue on the band. And this is important because I'm going to be kind of stacking it like cards in your hand, like if you're playing cards, just slightly overlapping the last one. This is harder to do like away from the mirror. I usually go super up close. So next I'm gonna be getting a 16. I think placement is more key with this type or this look because it has those spikes. So you want them to kind of be even, or at least match your other eye. So like I think I put this one too close, so it looks like it's all together without, and this side's more spiky. So I'm gonna move this one over a little. So now I'm gonna do a 14. And another 14. You know, I might have to do a 12, like, and only do one 14 or on the outer part of this one. Otherwise I might go all the way to the end. So that kind of happens sometimes if your eyes are slightly different shape, which I think most people's are. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a 12 at the very end. Okay, it still looks even though. I think the ones that matter the most are the long ones, to making sure they're like, I guess, right above your color part, your iris. Yeah, can you tell? I have one less on this side. Weird, right? Okay. So now I'm just gonna get this, I'm gonna push it together with the pointed part facing out, and I'm gonna just kind of tap the lashes, kind of make sure it's all stuck together in one band. And then I'm gonna get the crystal coat and then run it on the under and the top sides. And I'm gonna take my Lashify tweezer. I'm gonna run the crystal coat on the inner parts of the tweezer. This helps it so it doesn't stick onto the glue and have the lashes get stuck and then you have to start all over. So I'm just gonna open up the tweezer wider and then clamp it down. And same thing for the other side. And the last step will be to use the glass. because it's not sticky right now, but it's, with this it's even less sticky, which makes it even more comfortable to wear. So I'm just gonna get this little ball point and I'm gonna run it on the bottom along the band and focusing like a lot on the outer and inner corners, especially if you got some of the glue on the bottom. It's so annoying when it's like sticking to each other, like your eyes are getting stuck, you know? And then I always do a little bit of bronzer. So just using my tried and true Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour. And this is like super old, but it really works. Just gonna get a brush. And then I get like the lightest highlight. Make sure you tap it off. And then I just kind of do a quick eyeshadow look. And I actually do this more to dry out the crease of my eye because I have dry skin, but then I use a lot of product and it tends to crease in there. My crease is so small that then it will touch the lashes, you know? And what breaks down the glue is oils. So any like product is kind of oily, right? I don't know. Sunscreens are usually oily. Concealer's oily, you know. Anyways, it just helps it dry it out. Plus I think it looks better. Like it gives a little bit of like definition around your eye. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is clean my old lashes. And these are the Midnights that I was wearing this past week. I'll just do a quick demo. Yeah, let me face the camera down. Okay, so I have my dirty lashes and I have a routine. I always take my lashes off Friday night, put it in this little plastic jar and soak it in 91% rubbing alcohol overnight. And the next day I either put them back on or I put on a different set and then I wash these and I put them back in their set. So these are the Midnights. And this is just a Sigma E5 brush. This is like my favorite brush for cleaning off lashes. It's really stiff. It's a synthetic brush and it really just does the job well. So the alcohol kind of just acts like a cleaner, a remover. And it just, you brush it with some pressure and it comes right off. So these lashes have been used, I want to say 3 times. And they still look really good. I find with the Midnights though, I do have to brush them out a little. So at the end, I'm going to be using this little, a clean mascara spoolie to brush them out. Even when I wash my face, I always brush out the fuller ones. Like the originals, I didn't have to do it, but this one, and the Prism, it just looks better because otherwise it looks like more like this, how it looks now, whereas you want it to be nice and fluffy. So I like these too because it has a thick or wide band and that just makes it so much easier. Like you only put like 5 or 6 on, you take them off and you only have to clean like 10 or however many you put on. You see the glue just like really comes right off. And I know like each pack is only $7, so it's, you don't have to clean it. It's pretty cost effective, but I mean, they clean just so well. Like my Lashify ones would break all the time and that would almost be not worth trying to clean it because it's frustrating and only maybe half come out. And then putting it back in or organizing it, it was like such a pain also. Like I couldn't tell them apart. There's pretty much, I mean, there is a way to get them back in that little oval case, but you have to take it apart, the plastic thing, and then put it in. So it's not really what you want to be doing. definitely don't look forward to doing it. This is actually kind of fun. I don't know. I find it weirdly satisfying because it's pretty easy and they look really good, and you can put it back in the case nicely. So they look almost brand new. So these are pretty clean and doesn't have a lot of concealer on it. Sometimes when I wear mine, I do get concealer and stuff on the bottom side. And if you find that, just grab like the lash by most of the lashes, dip it back into the alcohol, and then gently run it along the paper towel. And that will clean off any concealer or whatever you have. Let's see if I have any more. I think they're all pretty good. Okay, so let me get the case. So these are all 12s or 14s. So like I'll just grab it and then kind of brush it out and then put them back in. And they stick right back on the sticky band right there. So there's 5 for each eye. So 10 in each pack. You gotta just brush them all out first. So I'm just holding it on the sticky band and then brushing them out. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell. These have not been used at all, and then these have. I mean, if you really look, you can tell a little bit of a difference, but once they're brushed out, you can't really tell. But yeah, so that's just what I do, or my routine. And my lashes last a week, like consistently. So this is why I'm like, take it out Friday, put it back on Saturday. I have a video that I'm working on about how I wash my face on a daily basis. Someone was asking me, and I get asked this a lot in like real life too. And so I did a trial run. It was a little rough, so I have to redo it. But hopefully that will come out next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.